Hello there and welcome to a brand new episode of Hala Kuwait. My name is Tariq Al-Aryan and we're coming to you live tonight from the Ministry of Information studios right here in downtown Kuwait. And I hope everyone out there is having a very nice evening wherever you may be watching tonight's episode of the program. As usual, the camera crew have been very busy filming all around the state of Kuwait. We have a lot of great reports to get you caught up on tonight's episode of the program, time permitting. And in about 10 minutes time, we'll be joined by our guest this evening, live right here in the studio. We'll be joined by Muna Al-Hajjaj, and Muna is the author of the book Dear Jawahir. We'll be talking with her about reading the book Dear Jawahir, plus a lot more. April 23rd is World Reading Day, so we'll be concentrating on reading and the benefits of that, plus a lot more in our interview segment coming up very shortly. But right now, we'd like to get to our first report this evening, right here on Hala Kuwait. And recently, Professor Shaukat Sadikot, the president of the International Diabetes Federation, paid a visit to the state of Kuwait, where he toured the local hospitals, as well as he paid a visit to Dasman Diabetes Institute, where he held some high-level meetings with the Director General Board of Directors, plus other heads of departments. So let's take a look at this interview, and then we'll be back right here on Hala Kuwait. Stay tuned.
Basically, I'd come for the conferences, and we're doing a lot of work for the people of diabetes all over the world, and we have people on the ground. So I wanted to see how Kuwait, and along with them the Gulf Council countries, could be able to do something for the people with diabetes, especially in the focus area that we have, which is education. Well, I think the main aim of the International Diabetes Federation is to try to do something about which will help our people with diabetes. And I take it a step further. I think it's a war against diabetes. And I think that is what we have to do. Now, of course, there are lots of things that one could do. But the one that we are going to focus on really is creating awareness and education. Because I think unless we educate people, unless the people are aware of what can happen, what they should do, what they should not do, just telling them that, well, you control your diabetes doesn't make sense. I think we need to help them, we need to work with them and see what is happening. I mean, I think, let me put it in context a little bit. In 2011, when we came out with the International Diabetes Federation Atlas, we found there were a lot of figures there, agreed, but we found that one person dies because of diabetes-related complications every 7 seconds. Last year, when we came out with our Atlas again, what did we find? We found that a person dies every 6 seconds. So now in the 4 years...
So it's getting worse.
Yes, new medicines have come out, new knowledge is there, new guidelines are there. Everyone is doing supposedly a lot, but it is not helping the people with diabetes. And I think one of the reasons that we thought of, and I've been talking to people all over the world, is that in many, many countries, and it's true of India also, 90 to 95% of the people are seen and only seen by primary care physicians. And I think we need to focus on them because they are the frontline troops. And what the IDF will do is have an online school of diabetes, which will train these people to give better service and deal with diabetes better in their patients. Well, not so much of physical face to face, for the simple reason that it's not possible to go all over the world. And but I think online, and then what we hope to do is that in practically every country we're going to have a center of education. We are going to join hands with centers which are already there. We're not going to build new centers, something like the Dasman, and use that as the focus also for people who need training, who may want a face-to-face education, and all that thing. But basically it's going to be online, and we're not going to make doctors experts. What we're going to do is, how do you make diabetes care accessible, available and affordable to our people with diabetes? That, in the end of the day, is what I want. Sure, I think basically the numbers are just going out of bounds. I mean, it's like a tsunami hitting us. And one of the reasons really is that I think it's just lifestyle. I mean, look at when we were children, I would walk to school, play for an hour, hour and a half, come back walking. Today, things have changed such that there's no time to play. Nobody wants to walk. Everybody goes by car or taxi or rickshaw. And I think people are, the fast food is available.
Prevalent, yeah.
The prevalence, and that is putting on weight. And that is where the whole problem lies. And the thing also again is that, see, in India what we found was that people who have been brought up in the cities, they have more diabetes, I agree. But the most diabetes is by people who come from the villages to work in the cities, what we call the transitional group. They are the ones who leave aside their activity levels because they're no longer in the villages, they're poor, and what food is available? It's calorie dense and cheap. So they have also this thing. Now, we have to do something about this. That's my point. Well, it's going very well. We have Munira Al-Arouj, who is from Dasman and from Kuwait. She's the chair of the organizing committee. Abdullah bin Naki is there on this thing. So I think I trust them to do a damn good job. And like I always tell them, that if they do a very good job like I expect them to do, I will take all the credit. But if something goes wrong, I'll blame them. Simple as that. I really think that one is advocacy with the governments, and it has to be something that cannot be a one-size-fits-all. I think what we need to do is to work with people on the ground in different parts and different countries and find out as to what will work in the country. I cannot sit in India or in Brussels or in London and decide, hello, this is what you're going to do in Kuwait, this is what you're going to do in Indonesia. That doesn't work. But we have people on the ground who will help us and do something about this. Spreading awareness, spreading advocacy, preventing diabetes, early diagnosis. Remember that out of the 415 million people who have diabetes, half of them don't even know it. And how are they going to protect themselves? So, early diagnosis, what are they going to do, how they're going to do it, that is going to be the focus to make optimal diabetes care, like I said, available, it should be accessible, and as importantly, affordable to all our people with diabetes.